Quality in pharmaceuticals is not something you test into a product at the end. It is something you build into the product from the very beginning. This principle is the foundation of quality by design, or QbD. QbD is a systematic science-based approach to pharmaceutical development. Instead of relying mainly on end product testing, it focuses on understanding the formulation and manufacturing process, identifying critical factors, and controlling them to ensure consistent product quality. The concept of QbD is formally outlined by the International Council for Harmonization in its guideline ICH-Q8, which focuses on pharmaceutical development. This guideline encourages companies to move from a fixed empirical approach to a more flexible, knowledge-driven system based on scientific understanding and risk management. At the heart of QbD is the Quality Target Product Profile, or QTPP. This defines the intended characteristics of the final product, such as dosage form, strength, route of administration, and stability. It essentially answers the question, what should the final product look like? From the QTPP, we identify critical quality attributes, or CQAs. These are the key physical, chemical, biological, or microbiological properties that must be controlled to ensure product quality. If a CQA goes outside its acceptable range, the product may become unsafe or ineffective. Next, we determine the factors that impact these CQAs. These include critical material attributes, CMAs, which relate to raw material properties, and critical process parameters, CPPs, which are variables within the manufacturing process such as temperature, mixing speed, or pH. To study how these factors influence product quality, QbD uses a statistical tool called Design of Experiments, or DOE. Unlike traditional methods that change one variable at a time, DOE allows multiple variables to be studied simultaneously. This helps in understanding interactions between variables and identifying which factors are truly critical. This scientific understanding leads to the definition of the design space. The design space is a multidimensional range of input variables, including CMAs and CPPs, within which the product consistently meets its quality requirements. You can think of it as a safe operating zone for manufacturing. One major advantage of the design space, as described in ICH-Q8, is regulatory flexibility. Movement within an approved design space is not considered a regulatory change. This allows manufacturers to optimize processes without needing additional approvals as long as they remain within the defined boundaries. However, establishing a design space requires strong experimental data and risk assessment. It is not simply assumed, it must be scientifically justified. Now let's move to the control strategy, which ensures that the process operates consistently within the desired limits. A control strategy is a comprehensive plan that includes all the controls required to maintain product quality. It is developed based on the knowledge gained during the QbD process, particularly from understanding CQAs, CMAs, CPPs, and the design space. The control strategy includes several elements. First, there are input material controls such as testing raw materials and qualifying suppliers. Then there are process controls where critical parameters like temperature, pressure, or mixing time are monitored and maintained within defined limits. In addition, in-process controls are used to check product quality during manufacturing, allowing for early detection of issues. Finally, finished product testing confirms that the final output meets all specifications. In more advanced systems, control strategies may also use process analytical technology, or PAT, which enables real-time monitoring of critical attributes during production. This reduces reliance on end product testing and allows for immediate adjustments. The goal of the control strategy is simple: to ensure that every batch produced is consistent, safe, and effective. When design space and control strategy work together, they create a robust and flexible manufacturing system. Manufacturers can operate efficiently while maintaining high-quality standards. To summarize, QbD is about building quality into the product through scientific understanding. It begins with defining the QTPP, identifying CQAs, CMAs, and CPPs, and studying their relationships using design of experiments. This leads to the establishment of a design space followed by a control strategy to maintain consistent performance. QbD is not just a regulatory requirement either, it is a smarter, more efficient way of developing medicines. It reduces risk, improves process understanding, and ensures better outcomes for patients.
Subscribe to MedPharma Global and follow us on LinkedIn. Join our network for the latest in pharmaceutical innovation. Subscribe and follow us today.